Hey guys, I have been thinking about making this video for over 2 months now, and like every day I would figure out new things to say and what I could say and new ways to say it, and I have never been very good with words, and this overthinking is just driving me nuts, so I have to get this video out of my head already. Just do it, just go with the flow, don't have a script, but this is an important video for me, but you don't really need to care about this. But I hope that this is still gonna be interesting in some ways. I'm gonna give you some insight. Overall, this is gonna be like a channel update. So if you're subscribed, this is probably more important than if you're not, obviously. But even if you're not subscribed, I want to give you some insight into like small content creator, especially content creator who's focused on like one game, like Path of Exile, and hopefully make this somewhat more interesting. Also, I think I have never even talked about myself, really. This is also gonna include some parts about, I guess, my life. Why I'm doing this and what I want to say is not so easy to say, so it's gonna take a bit of time to kind of get to the point. So just give me some time. Maybe I'm gonna start not really with the clickbait, but the idea of the video is quit playing games, quit gaming, something like that. Now, I'm not gonna quit Path of Exile like completely, but some things need to change, and I guess the whole video is why I want to change something. What triggered this video is this current league, Necropolis, has been running for almost 100 days now, and I quit the league like after 1 month. It was just boring to me, and you don't need to agree or disagree, just it was just boring to me, and it gave me time to think about like everything. And while playing other games, I realized a couple things. Well, I realized those before, but this was like, I guess, a turning point. For a small content creator who's focused around single game, Path of Exile, what happens when there's a big gap between a hype moment of the game and kind of the game just dying down until pretty much no one cares about the game until the new season, new league begins? Well, I can't tell you what happens. Is no one wants to watch the content and you're not making any money. So obviously, you can't just take a break and not do anything. So all the content creators usually try to stream other games when we get bored of the main game. And what happens is that they lose like more than half of their viewership. People are not as interested because it's not a personality-driven content. And I noticed that in myself. I'm subscribed to a couple of the PoE content creators, and I don't know why that is, but I don't care about non-PoE content either. It's really hard to break out of this kind of, I guess, box, to break out of this box. You're making content around one game and no other games are interesting for your viewers. And not to say that this is bad or anything or anyone's fault, it's just how it is. It's very rare for content creator to create content around other games other than their main game and the viewers still follow. It's very rare. It's usually very strong, like personality-driven content creator, and people are following for the jokes, for the memes, for the everything else, but not necessarily for the game itself. But then again, you're not like focused on one game, then you are a variety streamer, variety gamer, and yeah. So then making content around other games and streaming other games and just playing all the other games, I kind of have to almost force myself to play other games because I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old. I don't really like switching games that much. There are games you just try it and then you can't stop for like a couple of days or a week and then that's it. You're done with the game, you don't want to touch it again. But I don't really want to be jumping from game to game, and also the people are not as interested in watching me play other games and watch videos about other games. So like streaming to like 10, 15, 20 viewers feels like wasting my time. I could use that time to do something else because, like I said, I'm making pretty much no money during downtime of the Path of Exile League. Now, this league for me has been one of the longest leagues because, like I said, I quit after 1 month and there was still 2 months. And then we still got another month until the new league. So it's pretty much 3 months with nothing, basically. Just forcing myself to play other games and try to create some kind of content. But I can tell that people are not as interested. I should have mentioned this at the start, but I also may need some feedback because I have been thinking about making a second channel because I'm not sure how it affects, like, and it's another thing that drives me crazy, not knowing exactly how YouTube works. You don't know, like, sometimes your video just doesn't perform, and other times you spend like 20 minutes like recording and making video, boom, and it somehow goes really well. And other times you spend 2 days making a video and no one watches. So this is also driving me nuts because I don't know how these videos that do not perform well about other games affect overall channel. If the video is shown to my subscribers and like 95% of the subscribers do not even watch the video, I guess that sends signal to YouTube that, oh, video bad, do not show it to others. So I guess it doesn't promote that video to others, even if the video is like 100% like ratio. And I have actually quite a lot of videos that have like 99+% like ratio, and we just do not perform. We just don't even get 1,000 views, sometimes even just a couple of hundred views. So this is driving me nuts, but I don't know why that is. I need to know, and I cannot figure it out. And no one seems to know exactly why. Everyone has their own like theories and strategies and what you should be doing. I don't want to be doing. I can't do what others do. If you've been following my channel, you know that I always do something niche, something that is unusual. It's just how I live, I guess. So I don't know if I should be making another channel and dedicate that channel to all the other videos not Path of Exile related, and keep this channel just for Path of Exile videos. But then I don't know what would happen if I don't post a video for like 2-3 months of no Path of Exile and then suddenly start posting videos again. Would that mean that kind of the channel dies and then the YouTube wouldn't really show the fresh videos again? I don't know. I don't know how to kind of evaluate and how to decide this. And I know many people like do like multi-channel, but how many of them do not post on one channel for like months? They always post videos on both channels, you know? So I don't know if that would be a better idea to have 2 channels. Or is it better to keep 1 channel? Or there's a third option, which is more important and kind of the main point of this video. The third option is I kind of stop gaming. Now let me explain what I mean. How do I do this? During this Necropolis downtime, I realized that I need to change something. Well, actually I realized that way earlier, but the new league starts and I'm like, okay, let's start grinding again. It's all the hype, all the cool stuff. Let's explore, experiment, pump some content out, and then 1.5 months later, around that time, I start thinking about, oh, maybe I really need to change something, but just a bit more, and then the next league begins. But then if we extend, it's like, oh no, if we extended the league, what am I gonna do for the next 2 months? So I really need to change something, and it also made me realize that I don't really want to play games as much as before. And like this year has been pretty difficult. I'm not even sure if I should be saying this or not. Well, it's not gonna matter to you, and it shouldn't really, but it did affect, I guess, my life and the content, and made me start thinking of the backup plan. So earlier this year, around 3 or 4 months ago, my mom's brother died from cancer. We were taking care of him, and that actually took more effect on me than I expected. And obviously it was also difficult to like stream around that time and create content. And then like a month later, my cat died, and not in a nice way. So that also had a pretty big effect on me. And the content kind of started getting almost more depressing, I would say, which also made me think more about what am I doing with my life. I'm 38, soon to be 39 years old. Holy shit. So, and what am I doing? Still waiting for the Exalt to drop in real life. That's not gonna happen, you know. I gave YouTube a try, I gave content creator thing a try, and like, I'm not made for this. Like that metaphor. Like that metaphor. Maybe I'll find an image to put it on the screen where there's a competition and then different animals trying to compete in like climbing trees. Like a fish obviously is not gonna be able to climb tree very well and obviously gonna lose. I feel like my potential is also being wasted because I could dedicating my time to something else. And again, you don't need to care about it. I'm just explaining the situation and giving some context why stuff sometimes happens. God damn it. I haven't spoken for a couple of days and I'm losing my voice, so you're gonna have to forgive for my weird voice now. That reminds me of another thing, that before I started making YouTube videos, which was more than 7 years ago, oh my god, it was great. I used to say like 2 sentences per day. I could sometimes count words I say on both hands. And it was great. I loved it. And I'm also like a very strong introvert. I'm like 75-80% introvert. Just don't say words to me. Don't even interact with me. At least in real life. I've been trying to avoid interacting with people like my whole life. So before YouTube, I was searching like what job I could even do. Like I had no job. Well, actually I had some job. I've been searching what kind of job I could do which would not involve other people, that I would not need to interact with other people. And meanwhile I thought, okay, maybe it would be a good idea to improve my English, especially speaking. Like writing was fine, I can write well in English, but speaking was a different topic. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm playing Path of Exile, may as well start making some videos, you know. And started doing that, and suddenly kind of I felt like I gained, well, I wouldn't say popularity, but traction, and the videos really actually videos back then were getting a lot more views. We were getting like 30-40,000 views per video, and I was like 10,000. Oh, 10,000. Okay, good. 10,000. Oh, okay, now it's fine. So basically now 10,000 views is good. Back then was getting 30-40,000 views, and anyway, the main point is that I wanted to improve my English, and I realized, oh, maybe I actually can make some money out of YouTube, and started doing that, and then I thought, after like 1 or 2 years of doing YouTube, I thought I still need to record the content and test the builds for the YouTube content. May as well start streaming, and that was another like a big jump for me, going from, like I said a couple of minutes ago, I used to speak very few words per day. So jumping from that to just interacting with the people live was a big jump. But it also helped because, well, first of all, it helped improve English and interact with people, which I tend to avoid, which is kind of also weird that such a strong introvert would want to make videos and stream and interact with people, but it's somehow different when interacting with people live. And then I feel like I got into this kind of almost prison. I had some success, and I thought, okay, if I just keep doing this, like over a couple of years, it's gonna increase in like, I don't know, size in success, and I'm gonna be making like an okay-ish income, and like every league is just gonna keep growing a bit more and more. But it actually was kind of the opposite. Like I said, at the beginning I was getting a lot more views than now. I guess there are also a lot more content creators in general, and many good content creators doing kind of the same thing. That's why I also don't like this thing that you feel almost like competing with others. And I have this stupid mentality that, oh, if I see someone doing this, I cannot do this because someone else is doing this. And this is like a curse to me. And it just kills my interest in that thing. I have been playing Path of Exile for over 11 years now, and I recently checked with GG. I somehow only have around 13,000 hours, and I thought that I have over 20,000 hours, but yeah, so I only have around 13,000 hours in Path of Exile, and I have played like literally thousands of builds. Not multiple thousands, but over thousands of different builds. Trying to find something new and different each time is also an interesting challenge, but also, like I said in my course, if I see someone else doing that, I'm like, okay, now I cannot do this. Someone else is doing that. People are gonna say, oh, you're gonna copy from that. And I myself would also know that, oh, I already saw how this build would perform, so why would I do it? I cannot really... I play on a kind of lower to medium budget, and I cannot really invest into build to make it much better. So like, how am I gonna improve on the build? Like, changing a thing for the sake of changing is not really gonna improve the build. So actually I realized I kind of went on a tangent way too far. Now, what was the point? Oh yeah, I got into this kind of prison where I felt like I got success, and if I keep doing this, it's just gonna keep increasing. But the fact is, it's not really doing that. And I could show you my YouTube analytics for the last 2 months. I made no money. Yeah, I cannot actually show my analytics, but I believe I can show like an estimated revenue. €9.66 in the last 28 days. Yeah, so you cannot take a break. I tried posting a couple of videos about our games, and it's just not really performing. Even if they have like a high like ratio, it's just not performing. And those videos, by the way, I'm not even making $5. So I feel like I'm in this prison where I cannot really make videos about our games, but I also don't want to play the Path of Exile game because I'm just not very hyped. There's not much for me to experiment and explore anymore. The Path of Exile 2, by the way, in the background is very hype, and there's gonna be so much to experiment and explore and talk about, but that's the thing. I feel like I'm already kind of fading away. Once Path of Exile 2 content gonna start, there are gonna be so many content creators doing videos about it. There's a limited amount of time you can, as a viewer, like dedicate to watching like videos, right? And I usually tend to do short videos. This is going to be an exception, shorter videos to kind of not discourage people from not watching the videos, you know? Because if you see like a 20 minutes video, oh wow, 20 minutes, I don't have time for this, and you just don't watch. But if it's like 8, 9, 10, 12 minutes video, okay, maybe I'll just watch it. Even if it's like the first couple of minutes. So there's going to be so many content creators, and I'm thinking like what's going to happen is probably most people are going to watch either new content creators that are on the rise, or like big content creators that are already established. So I want to prepare for that and kind of have like a backup plan, or maybe even switch and keep Path of Exile as a backup plan. Because like I said, this feels like a prison. I'm not making any money right now. Very big thanks to my patrons and subscribers on Twitch, because pretty much they alone sustain me right now. Like I'm still not making even a minimum wage, but I thought, okay, I mean, I'm kind of low maintenance. I don't like buying stuff. I would say very good at saving money. So I can keep living like this, like on a low budget. On a low budget until maybe like an Exile drops. Live on a low budget, and like I don't go out, or I don't need much money. So like over time I would just like increase the success and build the community and start making more money. But that like doesn't happen, and I feel like I'm in a prison where I cannot quit now because, well, I don't have another job. I don't have a backup plan yet. Because I have patrons and I have subscribers on Twitch, I feel bad for not making content, because those people are supporting me financially with like real money, not like not like currency in game. And here I am not really doing much, not really doing the content that they would like. So I feel like I'm in a prison where I have to do something and I have to continue, but also need to take time off and kind of work on my backup plan. Now, I'm leaning towards the main point of this video. And I assume most people already quit this video, but this is important for the why content is going to be changing on my channel and what's to come. Although what's to come is a very big question, because it's a lot of work and I'm not sure if I will even be able to do it. Again, making this video is also exciting, but also at the same time scary. Just like playing Elden Ring, by the way. Exactly like playing Elden Ring. It's exciting and scary. And Elden Ring is good. So this is also good. And every time I did this in the past, it kind of opened up to new possibilities. So I'm not sure where this is gonna lead me. And I know it's a very long video getting to the point that I wanted to say. But the main point is that, yeah, I'm not really making enough money for living. My car is about to expire, let's just say, and it's 30 years old car, and I cannot really buy a new car with the current income. So I need more serious backup plan, and that backup plan, another game called Blender. It's a very similar game to Path of Exile. Now it's similar because it also has a lot of tools for creation, like how in Path of Exile I love creating builds. Like creating in general is just my main driving force. The main, I don't know how to say this. If I don't create something, I just start to feel depressed. So Blender is kind of my old passion. I used to draw a lot when I was a kid. And then once I got a PC, I thought, oh wait, I'm not drawing anymore. So maybe I'll try 3D modeling like programs. And since then I got into that, but I never really took it too seriously. It was just mess around, model this and model that, and that's about it. But what if I took it more seriously and start relearning it fast, and then start like moving towards. So okay, now Blender compared to Path of Exile is also like a creative process, very creative, but it also has like puzzle solving and trying to figure out how to do what you want to do. Like in Path of Exile, I already know like all the unique items and all the mechanics pretty much, and I can kind of come up with builds or how to put a build together. But in Blender, it's very daunting task when you are like still a beginner. When you want to model something, how you create that model. Like there are so many different ways to do that, and as a beginner you don't know the tools, right? Like imagine you don't know the unique items in PathVessel. So Blender is free, and I tried using it in the past and I really liked it. Like I'm still don't know my niche in Blender, but here's my current plan. The end goal would be, by the way, gonna jump ahead, and the end goal would be to create like some kind of mini game, maybe even multiple games. Nothing too serious, just like as a learning tool, learning process. So the first thing in Blender that I want to do is recreate like the character PathVessel character creator screen. If I can just make this bigger. You know the screen, and like trying to recreate all the cathedral, all the things, and then later the characters. Right, so I started working on that, and it's a lot more work than I expected because I don't know exactly how to reach the goal that I want with this. I'm gonna keep this short. I know that for the most people it's not an interesting topic, but for example, why I think that this is similar to PathVessel and why it is a puzzle solving. Like for example, like how do you create this dome? This dome is kind of spherical, but it also has rectangles. It has like these squares. So how do you create that? There are multiple ways to do that, and I'm not sure like which way is the best way to do it. And that's why I say that this is like a puzzle solving. So I did come up with something. It doesn't look that good yet, but these are like without textures, without proper lighting, without anything. And I tried to put together to see how the scene would look like how would the camera need to look like to kind of get like the same kind of perspective. And I can tell it's not right, but now why I'm doing this is for a couple of reasons. Again, just like with the YouTube, I started learning or improving my English. So with this, this is my way of, I guess, learning Blender. And what's the better way to learn a thing that you want to learn than to involve something that you really like, which is PathVessel. So, and because I'm PathVessel content creator, I can kind of make a content around this, but this is not the end goal. Well, one of the end goals would be recreate the character screen and do some like memes, like funny videos about character creator screen. The most difficult part is getting everything done, preparing everything. That will take probably months, but once I have that, once I also have the character, started making the characters, like organic characters were always more difficult part to me, and I know that this doesn't look that great, and I'm gonna have to change the whole head completely because somehow I made the head look Asian. But yeah, I still need to rig this, still need to like add textures and all the other things, and then like animate, and animation is another thing. So I kind of want to go through all the process from the scratch, from starting from creating the scene, from creating the characters, the animations, the lighting, and everything. And then I could start making some kind of funny videos, memes, and like in general, I always had so many ideas about PathVessel and all the memes I could do, but like I had no way of expressing those memes. So this is kind of building a ground to be able to express those memes. And like this is a lot of work, especially when I don't exactly know how to reach specific goal, how to put together it. But I've been watching like so many videos, like hours and hours of videos and tutorials and everything else, and learning and slowly building this up. Another problem is that, and the point of this video is that games kind of distract me from doing this. And I don't know if this would open up some kind of other possibilities for me and opportunities. Well, that's another thing. So many thoughts at once. That's why I really don't like talking that much. And I already forgot it, so I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not sure if I will be able to like make any money out of doing this, especially on YouTube. But another thing about making videos about PathVessel is that it's very seasonal. Your video that you made like last week ago is probably completely irrelevant. And in general, the most views are coming in the first 2 or 3 days. It's kind of rare for more people to start watching those videos later on. And I cannot keep up making videos quickly enough if the video's lifespan is only like 3 days. Let's say give it a week. After a week, it just no more money, no more views, no more money, and the videos become irrelevant. So people don't really watch those. We look for newer videos. So I've been trying to figure out what to do and how to create content that would last more. That's why I started doing those what's unique about this unique videos, and those are pretty fun, and people seem to really like those. But again, people aren't really watching videos when the game is kind of down and everyone's waiting for the next season. So you can even see in the last 2 days I got like what, about 50 views. So people aren't really watching like older videos, like Galvanic skill display. That's a shorts. So I'm not really making any money from shorts. Some older videos still pop up from time to time, but depending on the meta, on things that happen in game, what changes. Maybe some other popular content creator does something around that, and people kind of start searching and see more of my older videos. But again, that only happens like that. That's like, will it happen? Maybe it won't. Maybe it will. Who knows? I can't really rely on that. The fact is that I'm not really making money, and I'm not making enough money to even sustain this for much longer. So my hope is that learning Blender will open up new possibilities. Maybe I can, I don't know, maybe I can start working on some product designs and make money that way. Maybe more people would start watching my videos if they are not like seasonal based, you know. The videos that I have in mind around Blender and around like this meme content, they would be kind of, they wouldn't really expire. They would still be relevant, they would still be understandable, and you wouldn't really watch it necessarily to learn the mechanics, but you would watch it for the entertainment, for the curiosity. While most like build videos are very seasonal, because the next league things change, and sometimes so dramatically that all the builds you made before, like a couple of hundred videos, all are irrelevant, useless pretty much, unless you somehow update them. So maybe I can do more stuff with Blender, but like I said, games are very big distraction for me. Like once I start playing one game, oh, I gotta finish the game now. I just gonna, maybe next day, and then the next day. And but it also works the other way around. If I start doing Blender stuff, I don't want to play games. I'm very like single focused. I get into this and I don't really want to be distracted by games. So that's my dilemma. I want to learn and do more Blender stuff, but if I do Blender stuff, then I don't really want to do games. So I don't know how to balance this yet. So I'm making this video, also kind of looking for some feedback. And by the way, after the Blender, I really like modeling and just creating stuff, but Unreal Engine 5 is also kind of easy to get into. Not to say that it's easy to make game, but it's pretty easy to start making games. And I could like create my own models, although Blender is, I guess, not very suited for that. I could start also making some kind of game in Unreal Engine 5, not really for commercial purpose, but just kind of for fun, you know, to see if I would like it, to see where would that take me and what kind of opportunities would that open. So yeah, now that I'm at the end of what I wanted to say, just to kind of go over everything. First of all, I'm not making even minimum wage, and if PathPixel is kind of on a downtrend, I can't really play other games because I'm not really getting views and I cannot make money out of that. But I also feel like I'm wasting my time playing those other games and not working on Blender. But also I feel like I'm kind of almost imprisoned. I don't want to say it in a bad way, because I'm very thankful to those who supported me financially, but I also feel like I'm kind of imprisoned because I feel bad about not making videos for those people who support me financially especially, and I can't really like quit on gaming and just take like 2 months break and start doing Blender stuff, but also feel like I have to do something, and Blender is like my old passion, and it does have so many possibilities. I'm getting hyped just thinking about all the cool stuff that I can do and all the possibilities that I could do with this, and all like the meme ideas, the funny ideas. But yeah, I need to take this like more seriously, and I don't know how to balance this just yet. And another thing, maybe I should do another should create another channel where I would just post all the random videos. I'm not sure if that's also a good idea. because that channel may also be kind of dead in the waters if I don't post videos, and if it's like too random. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll do that. I also do have Discord open if you just want to hang out. I probably should create in the Discord like a separate channel for talking about other games other than Pathfinder. But yeah, if you want to hang out, there's also a Discord, and I'll leave that in the description. And I noticed in myself, when people were posting and talking about other games, I just look at those other games and I'm like, why would anyone want to play that? And I realized that it's not because it's a boring game, but I'm just bored of gaming and I need to do something else, which is Blender. I decided Blender. I'm gonna have a lot of work editing this video into... It's already 1 hour. I wonder how it's gonna be after I edit. I've been delaying making this video for so long and I had so many thoughts and I was so worried that I'm not gonna say something that I should say, and at the same time was worried, and still am, and at the same time I'm still worried that the video is just gonna be too long, too boring, and people not gonna care. Although again, it's not really that you should care about these changes, but at least you should know that the things are going to be changing. Are they going to be changing for the better? I do know that some people are going to be disappointed because we like the content as it is right now. Although I guess right now there is no content, so that's kind of the point. Now we still got 17 days until end of the Necropolis, and I believe 12 days until the announcement of the new league, which we already know the name of. And to be honest, I'm kind of not really hyped yet, and that's kind of the point. I feel like I'm just burned out on games in general. I'm sure that I will be playing Pathfinder quite a lot once the new league starts, and I'm not gonna be spending my time doing Blender stuff, and I will feel bad about it. I'm not sure how that's gonna balance out over time, and the Blender and the game stuff is not gonna be like next month. It's not gonna be in 2 months. It's probably gonna be this year, you know. So it's a long-term kind of goal, and I'm not sure how to balance that yet. So for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you sometime in the future. Bye bye.